We'll be back soon, Be'ezrat Hashem.
Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay, we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Phil should be coming in. Soon, Be'ezrat Hashem, okay. And we are on, looks like we are all the way on the bottom of Daf Hey Amid Aleph. And I think we did the case of Hahu Raya.
Oh, that's that shit.
Hahu Raya. And
Okay, sorry, where are we?
okay, so we were in the middle of this this Gemora with Hahu Raya.
5A3.
So we said there was a shepherd and the who was shepherding animals. The animals were taken care of, were brought to him every morning in front of witnesses, and he was supposed to give them back. Likewise, in front of witnesses, so there didn't be any misunderstanding about animals being given back, not being given back. And at the end of the day, they said to him, one day they gave him Yom Echad Masrule below Sahade. They gave him animals without any witnesses. That was the problem. And then he didn't, at the end of the day, when they wanted the animals back that they gave to him without witnesses to prove that they gave it to him, he denied getting any animals. And then witnesses came along and said, no, actually, he ate 2 of the animals that was given him. So here we have what would seem to be a classic case of Reb Chia. So there's a discussion about whether there's a shvua over here to swear on the remaining animals that we don't have any testimony about. So we said that since the raya, the shepherd, has proved himself to be a goslin, so he's unfit to have a shvua administered to him. We're not going to allow him to take a shvua. Just like he gazled, so too he'll make a shvua that's not worth believing. So we don't give it to him, but there's a din that if the defendant is not able to make a shvua because of such an incapability on his part, we switch it and we give it to the plaintiff to make a shvua and take what it is that he's claiming, even though he has no proof other than his claim. So then the Gemara said, Hashtanami the lace of the Reb Chia, Nechayve the Reb Nachman, be the Reb Nachman. We should, even without the Reb Chia, we could be Machayev a Shvua in this case on account of Reb Nachman. Reb Nachman says even a Mona Lebiyadcha Ein Lebiyadi Klum Potter V'Amar Reb Nachman Mashbin also Shvuas Heses. So we give him what's called a shvuas hesses, even in the case where he's a kofar akol. And that was what we were up to. The Rashi's all the way down on the bottom of the page. Oh, Baruch Hashem, I guess we did that long Rashi before, so we don't have to go back to the Rashi, right? Okay, and now we have a Rashi Dibur Maskil Heses, 3 lines from the bottom of the Amud on Amud Aleph. Why do we call it a Shvuas Heses? What's this name Heses all about? Rashi's going to tell us.
Okay, Hesses. Well, Hesses usually means something has to do with in general, Hesses is like what do you call it? A hesitation type thing. But it's something here that you have to do a just in case type thing. A shua, it's a shua. Hasitu.
Yeah.
That placed Lakach, that they placed the plate on them. Lahodot, to eventually they're going to admit the time of the reason. Mefresh will explain in Pasuk Shuas. Hazaka ein adam toein. A chazaka, a man doesn't claim only if yesh lo, only if he has it in his hand. He has to physically have it.
Right. Okay. So Shvus Heses is a Shvud Rabbanan. The Rabbanan placed on a defendant who's a kofar akol, and even where the plaintiff does not bring any witnesses, this Shvus Heses would the Rabbanan are machayev the defendant who denied totally the claim of the plaintiff, because if he would have admitted a portion of the claim of the plaintiff, so then of course that's already our classic case of shvuas modemixis, which it makes the guy chayav a shvua midaraisa. But in the case where he doesn't admit anything, then the Rabbanan put him a shvuas heses on him to make a shvua. So what is this word heses all about? Rashi says shvuas hesito chachamim lekach lasito lehodos. This word of hesito is like to induce or to seduce or to coax or persuade, something of that connotation, to get him to admit, get him to admit to the claim of the plaintiff. We suspect that there's, in other words, some reason why he's denying it, and the shvua is a mechanism, even though it's not chayv midiraisa, but the Rabbanan put it on to get the guy to admit, because they're assuming that he's not going to want to swear unless it's really true what he's saying, and they suspect that what he's saying is not really true. and why? And if you'll ask, well, why should we assume that the defendant is not telling the truth? Maybe the plaintiff is not telling the truth. Oh, on that, Rashi has an answer for us. Taima, the reason why the Rabbanan made this shvus heses on the defendant is meforish b'shvus. This is explicit in the Gemora in shvus. Chazaka, there is a legal presumption. Ein adam toin elim kain yesh lo biyadai. A person does not go into Bezdin and make a claim against another person unless he's got something that belongs to him, and the guy that he's coming to claim from in the Bezdin, he's the one that's got it. So we really are more inclined to go with the words of the plaintiff rather than the words of the defendant. And even though the plaintiff has no proof, he has no witnesses, therefore we put a shvur on the defendant because we suspect that between the two of them, the plaintiff is the one who's telling the truth, and the defendant, for whatever reason, he's trying to get out of it. Okay. Okay, that brings us to the next Gemora, the Rav Nachman Tekantahi. Okay. Alan, you want to read the Rav Nachman Tekantahi? It's on the very bottom of Hamid Aleph.
Oh, okay.
Last three words.
Rav Nachman Tekantahi. He. Not the oath obtained by the rule of Rav Nachman is but a rabbinical enactment.
Yeah. Right.
V'sak kanator kanator lo the nor, and we do not apply one enactment to another enactment. For example, we do not superimpose one rabbinic enactment upon another. Hence, only if we adopt Rav Chia's first ruling, according to which a shepherd becomes obligated, the biblical oath of Modeh B'Mikas will be shifted to the townspeople. The Gemara now asks why Abaye objected to Rav Zia that this particular shepherd could not swear because of his confirmed status as a thief, even had he not been a confirmed thief, he should not be disqualified from swearing.
Okay, let's take a look at what's going on over here with Rashi. Yeah, I think we're missing something in the flow of the Gemora. We're missing something over here. Yeah, what are we missing? We got the translation and everything, but we're missing what's the reason why the Gemara bring this story with the shepherd, and now the Gemara is saying, well, what about Rav Nachman? What is the Gemara's doing over here? Wasn't so clear. Why did the Gemara want to bring this Maisa with the shepherd? What was that all about? But they were bringing that Maisa to show that what Abaye and Reb Zera hold about the din of Reb Chia. Is the din of Reb Chia the halacha? And if you got witnesses against the defendant, so then he's going to have to swear, even if he himself is a kol for a kol. That's really the din of Reb Chia. So it seemed as though they were in agreement about that would be the din, except for the fact that they're not going to give the shvua in this case of the shepherd, to the shepherd because he was a goslin. But then they'll give it to the plaintiff. But the fact that there was a shvua that was incumbent on the shepherd to make as a result of because of the din, on account of the din of Rav Chia, that they both seem to be in agreement with. Like they didn't say, "Well, there's no shvua over here." He didn't admit to anything. Only if he admits in part to the claim of the plaintiff, then we can give him a shvua moda mixus mina Torah. But otherwise, he's not chayav a shvua. No, they didn't say that. They just argued about how can you give the shvua to the shepherd? He's a goslin. But they did agree that if he wouldn't have been a goslin, there'd be a shvua on him. So that would seem to indicate that they both agree to that Rav Chia is the correct halacha. And on that, the Gemora asks, when it brought this up, this shuas heses, hashtanami the leisa de Rav Chia, nachai mider Rav Nachman. Gemora says we don't have any proof that the halacha is that there was a shvua on the defendant because of Rav Chia. Maybe there's a shvua that was on the defendant because of Rav Nachman. And the din was that he was chayv shvuas heses, not because of Rav Chia. I think so. That's the dynamics of the Gemara over here. And now the Gemara is now saying an answer to this. The Rav Nachman tekanta he, utekanta de dekanta loy abdinen. That's what I said actually at the end of Thursday. For if anybody remembers that, right? We have this Gemara in Shavuos that Rashi brought that was saying that in the case you have a shvua on the defendant and he's a goslin, the Gemara in Shavuos says you flip it over to the plaintiff and let the plaintiff make a shvua and take what he's claiming, even though he has no proof. So now the Gemara is saying that flipping over is only a tekanta. And the din of Reb Nachman with the Shavuos Hetzis is also only a tekanta, and so you can't piggyback one tekanta onto another tekanta. That's what the Gemara is saying over here. Let's take a look at so therefore that would answer the Gemara's challenge that we don't have a proof to Rav Chia. Because we could say that the shvu is a shvuas hesis that the Abaya and Rav Zera were arguing about, and now the Gemara is saying no, you can't say that because they wouldn't say that there would be a flipping over of a shvu d'Rabbanan. Okay, let's take a look. We got a one-line Rashi on the bottom of Hey Amid Aleph, and then we have a four-line Rashi on the top of Hey Amid Beis. Okay, so the Rashi readers, you can however you want to split it up, you can read it.
You want it, Lou? You want me to do it?
I'll do the first one. The Rabbi Nachman tekanta he. According to Rabbi Nachman, it's a rabbinical decree. Daha bi doraisa lo rame shavua alai. That according to the Torah, we do not Rami is what, to combine?
No, to hang on it. We don't force it. We don't make him have a shvua.
Put upon him.
Put upon.
I'm sorry, Rabbi, what did you say?
Lo Rambe Shabu Aled. We don't put on him, we don't impose upon him
A second Shavua.
we don't put on him a shvua altogether. Right? The takana of Rav Nachman is that when the guy is a kofar hakol, and the Torah doesn't put a shvua on a kofar hakol, but Rav Nachman says, but we got a shvuas heses, that the Rabbanan put a shvua on the guy that's kofar hakol. And so Rashi's just pointing out over here that the shvua of Rav Nachman, we call it we're calling it we're calling it Rav Nachman's shvua because he's the one who said in the he's the one that said on the Mishnah that the guy would have to make a shvuas heses. So Rashi's saying it's only a tekanta, meaning it's only a din d'Rabbanan. Because because look, from the standpoint of the Torah's obligations, lo rame shvua aleh, there is not imposed upon this defendant a shvua, because he wasn't a moda mixus, he was a kofar hakol. Okay, so we've established, in other words, that this shvua of shvuas heses is only a shvua d'Rabbanan. Midaraisa, there's no shvua. Okay, and now we say dekanta de dekanta lo abdinin, and a round of applause for Hey Amid Aleph. Hey! Wow, unbelievable. Okay, so now the Gemora is saying tekanta dekanta lo abdinin. We don't do we don't piggyback a one takana on top of another takana over here. So the whole business is not going to work. We're not going to flip over this d'Rabbanan takana of shvua onto the plaintiff to have him swear and then take. Let's see Rashi.
Rashi. We make a takana on this. Yishavei. The plaintiff, the one against him, has to swear. And then he could take it. The havinami, because also a takanta, it's a takana, demina Torah, from the Torah being love that takes from him l'shalem, to pay. Who yishavei? He has to the one who's going to take it from the guy. He's the one who has to swear. The yiftar, and he would be pater, mean hashluchim, mina shlomim. He pater from the payments. The ain nishpa, and it isn't that we swear the notel, and he takes mina Torah. It's not the Raisa. But Oto, and this Oto Haminyan, this of the amount, the Shluat in a Shluah, Daf Mem Dalad, at the Kana, Chachamim, it's an enactment of the Chachamim. Hey, Ula Shluah, and for a Shluah, the Raisa, avor Rabbanan, according to the Rabbanan, Tekanta, they made a Tekana, aval Tekanta litekanta. So this is not, this is like a double thing. It's an enactment on an enactment. Low of done that doesn't work. You can't do it. You can't do a takana on a takana. You can have a takana, but you can't have a takana on a takana.
Right. So Rashi's saying the big yesod over here. Rashi's saying the shekenegdo yeshava be told the habi nami tzekanta. For the plaintiff, that's the one that Rashi's referring to when he says shekenegdo, the opposing one, the one who's opposing the defendant. He's the plaintiff. That he should swear and take what he's claiming, the habi nami tekanta. That also is only a tekana of the Rabbanan. The mina Torah misha alav l'shalem hu yeshava v'pater mina tashlumin. The way it works when it comes to a shvua is that the Torah says that the one who's got the obligation to pay, I mean, the question is on, it hasn't been proven that he's got to pay, but he's the one that the plaintiff is claiming that he's got to pay, right? He's the one that has the ability to swear, the pater min tashlumin, and then exempt himself thereby from the obligation of payment. As for example, a case of a shvua moda mixus. He admitted the plaintiff claims 5. He admits to 2, and then we put a shvuas moda mixus on him to swear on the other 3. Ve'ein nishba v'notel min Torah, says Rashi, there is no such a thing as somebody who swears and he takes according to the claim that he's making min Torah, meaning the plaintiff is the one who wants to take. He wants to take the money out of the pocket of the guy. There's no such a thing like that, min Torah, says Rashi. It's no shvua that you can take. He's got to bring witnesses and prove his case. No witnesses. He's not gonna. There's no other way for him to take. There's no such thing as him swearing and taking min Torah. And those shvuas that are enumerated in the Gemora in Shvuas, that's, I think, the same Gemora that Rashi was mentioning before, right? Those we're talking about tekanas chachamim hein. Ulishvua deraisa ovid rabbanan tekanta, and in regard to a shvua deraisa, we make a tekana. We make a tekana. If the defendant would be chayav a shvua deraisa, so then we would make this tekana of, if he's unfit to make the shvua because he's a gazlan, then we would flip it over to the other side, to the opposing side, to the plaintiff, and allow the plaintiff to make a shvua and take, even though that midaraisa there's no such a thing, but the Rabbanan instituted such a thing to give a remedy to the plaintiff. Aval tekanta litekanta, but to give the right to the plaintiff to make a shvua and take, according to his claim, where the shvua itself that the defendant has to make is itself only a tekanta, only a derabanan, lo abdinan. Then we don't flip over a derabanan dika shvua. That's what the Gemora is answering over here. Gemara's havamina was that we do flip it over, but now the Gemara is answering, no, we don't flip it over. Only a shvua deraisa we flip over, and so therefore we have no, we cannot say in this case that they flipped over the Shua Tesis of Reb Nachman. So if Abaya, so what's the bottom line? The bottom line that comes out is that this that we had the Gemora with the shepherd who stole, and we had the Reb Zera and Abaya arguing about flipping the shvua over to the plaintiff to make a shvua. That was because they both hold that the halacha follows Reb Chia. That in the case where the plaintiff has witnesses, at least on part of his claim, then we could force the defendant midaraisa to make a shvua on the rest that we doesn't have witnesses for, even though the defendant himself, for his own part, was a kofar hakol. And like that, we had a shvua deraisa, and like that, we could flip it over. So bottom line is that they both were agreeing that the halacha follows Reb Chia. There is such a halacha, there is such a shvua deraisa in the case, just like Reb Chia says. Okay. Now we go weiter on Hamid base, the Tepukle, and we go to Roy to continue the reading with Tepukle. You see where Tepukle is? It's the last two words on the first line of Hamid base.
Tepukle, but later emerged that the shepherd is disqualified from swearing from the very fact that he is a shepherd.
Oh.
Rav Yehuda, and Rav Yehuda said, Sasam Ra'eh Apostle, an ordinary shepherd is disqualified from serving as a witness. The Gemara answered, Lo Kashya, this is not a difficulty. For today, this ruling that the ordinary shepherd is disqualified applies when the animals he grazes are his own. In this case of Reb Zera, the shepherd in question grazes animals of the general public. This type of shepherd is not automatically disqualified.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Rashi. You got time for one Rashi? Tepukle. Tahavale Roa. Roe.
Rabbinical, it is that he is a shepherd. Ada Abaye ka mashma the katana the kate lay.
Kasha lay, it's difficult. It's a kasha.
The kasha lay Vaha Gazlan who misfuk lay the balav hech gazle pasul the shavua. So it becomes that we deduce what is the kate?
Kasha. It's a question.
Oh, the kasha, we introduce
It's a difficulty.
the difficulty with a thief who what is this word? Tifuk?
Yeah, like you learn,
Tapeoclay.
you learn out from it.
Tapoclay. What does it mean?
We learn from it. Take out from it. We learn from this that
The connotation of a tapeoclay is that we could learn out, but we mean to say not like the way that we were learning. We could learn out like this, and that trumps the way that we were learning before. We were learning before that, oh, this guy, this shepherd, he can't make a shua. Why? Oh, because the witnesses came along and they said that he ate two of the animals that he took into his custodianship. On that, the Gemora is saying tapeoclay. No, we could learn out even without what you said that he's puzzle as a to make a shua because he's a shepherd. That's why he's puzzled to make a shua. That's tapeoclay.
Okay, so
Okay.
Dibalav Heich Gazlan. That he's not a thief.
That without the fact that he's a thief, even without that fact,
right?
Pasal l'shvua. He's pasal l'shvua because we have a presumption about a shepherd that he grazes his animals that he's got on other people's fields. And so even without witnesses coming and say that he ate some of the animals, we would not accept a shvua from the shepherd. That's the tapeoclay.
Got it.
Okay. Great. Okay, everybody. We're done for today. Bez Hashem tomorrow. Shavua Tov.
Lou, see it for? Lou?
yeah.
Yeah, see it for.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah,
Okay.
Everybody.
Bye, Phil. Bye, Roy. Bye, Lou. Bye, Alan.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Be well.